All right, y'all. Today we're going to be doing 3.2.9. It is a quiz, and I'm going to restart it. Drink some water. I'm slowing down, y'all. How can browser profiles help with online shopping? Let me zoom in. By comparing prices across different websites, by storing your payment methods and autofilling them during checkout. Yes. That is all for convenience, and none of this is going to. Your browser profiles are not going to help with any of this. There are separate apps for that. They do record your data and send it somewhere. Number two, how do browser profiles help when using multiple devices? Yes, they allow you to synchronize your settings and bookmarks across all devices. This is very common with Google Chrome, where you sign into your Google account and your history, all that stuff is tied to one account. How can you save a web page link for easy access later by using a browser feature? By bookmarking it. I'm sure y'all know that. There's usually a little star that you can click on next to the URL bar. Why should you avoid using autofill for sensitive information like banking details? It can be easily stolen if your browser is compromised. Why is it important to keep your browser updated? You should keep everything updated, and that is for security patches. That applies to your computer and phone as well as your browsers. Why should you regularly review the permissions granted to websites? To revoke permissions you no longer need. Yes. Oftentimes, you will give a website permission, like your location, camera, microphone, um, and you don't want those companies or whatever it may be to have permission all the time. I don't believe that they can just use it, but like without you being on the website. But when you are on the website, your camera is not on all the time. But know, they might use it or they might look at your location. What does dark mode do in a browser? It changes the background to black and the text to white. I prefer dark mode. I look at a computer 10 hours a day in my life. It's sad to say. I'm a student and I work with computers. So, excuse me. But it is a lot easier on my eyes. And even though it can be harder to read, especially for people with worse eyesight, it does help with fatigue a lot. So it is about choosing. And a lot of times you can add a toggle that allows you to toggle between the two, depending on what you need. Number 8, Sarah loves watching videos online, but she is constantly annoyed by pop ups that interrupt her viewing experience. She heard that browser extensions can help with this issue. What type of browser extension should Sarah look for to solve her problem? It is a pop up blocker extension. Simple enough, right? Any web browser probably has an extension store that you can go to. If you are using Firefox or anything Chromium based, they can probably use either the Chrome store or the Firefox add-ons page. Excuse me. Number 9, John has installed a new browser extension that helps him find the best prices for online shopping. However, he notices that the extension sometimes redirects him to websites that look suspicious. What should John do to ensure his safety online? Disable or remove the extension and provide feedback about the issue. You don't want to click on the links. Yes. I want to say that if you're a little more tech literate, clicking on links alone does not give you a virus. Even downloading stuff alone does not give you a virus. But you should still be very careful about doing stuff like that, because you don't want to accidentally download something that is malicious, and then you don't want to accidentally download something malicious and then accidentally click on it. Yes, you should not be using an extension that is clearly malicious or it does not function properly. Number 10, what can you add to your browser to enhance it with new functionalities and features? The answer is extensions. There's all types of stuff. I have I don't know if it's enabled here. I have Vimium enabled as on an extension, and it allows me to control my browser with Vim controls. You could see I don't ever have to lift my hand off my keyboard. I can just press F for find and scroll down F and hit S and hit F and hit S, and I don't have to touch my mouse. That is 100%. Thank you guys. I'll see y'all in the next video.